For the last couple of months, Psygnosis has been billing Ecstatica as an adventure of unparalleled horror, where the abstract ellipsoid-based graphics are overwhelmed by the terrifying circumstances that unfold and the player is ultimately frightened out of his or her wits.
Bottom line, this is a crock. Ecstatica certainly has its scary moments, but it's not going to give anyone spasms.
A quick plot overview: you're a traveler on horseback, and after many days of climbing over Rocky Mountain, skipping rivulet and fountain, you find that you have run out of water. So you head into the next town to refill your flask.
The town is full of human corpses and vicious creatures determined to make you a human corpse too. If you try to behave like a reasonable person and run like lightning out of this hellhole, the bridge between you and your horse collapses and you're stuck with the hero gig.
While most of the shots in this review show a male protagonist, it's worth mentioning that you do have the option of playing a female.
And she's cute too.
Well, yeah, if you go for women who are completely ellipsoid-based, and who doesn't? The basic idea is that the town is under a curse, and you have to figure out why and how to stop it. Along the way, you risk bodily harm, personal disgust, and transformation into numerous small animals.
This, by the way, is one of our biggest arguments against the idea that this game is somehow terrifying. When you look at these graphics, I admit they're good, but the word cute comes to mind.
Okay, well, this isn't so cute. No matter what style you use to depict them, crucifixions are never cute.
Unless, of course, the crucifixie is Barney the dinosaur. But enough pandering to the audience. We digress.
There are a number of bloody and icky things that the monsters have done to the residents of the town. You can't throw a rat without hitting a mutilated cadaver.
Incidentally, you can pick up the rats. I have no idea why, but I thought I'd mention it.
Thank you. We're all grateful. I'm sure it was a deliberate move, but I think they went a little far on the simplification of gameplay. All you can control in this game is when you punch, where you walk, what you pick up, and what you put down. There are no special commands. If you have the right item at the right time, your character just does the right thing without any help from you.
And there's no inventory of your pockets. Apparently, your tights are a bit too constricting to let anything else in, because all you carry is what's in your hands.
For that matter, there's no information screen at all to tell you important things like how much health you have left. What you see is what you get. You have to figure out how close you are to death by how much your character is limping.
In an odd exception to the simplification rule, the 12 function keys are taken up with 12 subtly shaded variations on character movement speed. You cannot convince me that this was efficient.
I'm kind of worried that our viewers will think we didn't like this game. All we've done so far is contradict the company party line and complain.
Honestly, folks, whether or not this game reduces you to a quivering wreck is not important. The fact is, the combination of the almost humorous character design and the creepy goings-on give Ecstatica an atmosphere like nothing you've ever experienced.
And the designer was completely aware of that incongruity. There are some moments of outrageous and irreverent humor. I found myself laughing a lot more than shivering.
In a way, that humorous overtone makes the horror even more surprising and effective. Take a look at this werewolf. Not that imposing a sight, is it? But this thing just will not die. You keep coming back life after life trying to wipe this guy out, and he'll keep on killing you.
That's another argument for some kind of hit point counter, or at least an easier way to tell that you aren't affecting the wolf than trial and error.
Oh, like you've got something better to do?
So why did Psygnosis give this game such a push toward the horror market?
Well, it's definitely a game for adults and deserves the box warning saying that it may not be suitable for players under 17. My theory is that it's too hard to find a market for a product this unique, so they lumped it in with the closest thing they could think of, which is horror.
I can understand that reasoning, I guess, but this game could appeal to so many more people than just gore freaks, and I think they'd find it too tame. How is this game ever going to find its audience?
Well, that's why we're here.
Oh yeah. The changing camera angles will probably remind you of the Alone in the Dark series, and it probably is more in common with those games than anything else, but they still aren't very much alike.
Ecstatica is really unique. It's a horror, comedy, fantasy adventure game with great graphics, and it's just hard enough to keep you coming back to make that extra inch of progress without getting frustrated. It's a lot of creepy fun.